All right then, folks, what is up? What's good and how are you doing? And welcome back again to another reaction video. Mighty Son here. And it's that time again for another episode of Death Battle. Yep, that's right, because the new episode did came out yesterday, and that this is gonna be silly, and yet that the mayhem is gonna be so worth to watch. It's Wily Coyote versus Tomcat, Looney Tunes versus Tom and Jerry, and let's face it, man, we all used to watch this when we were kids, and that it just brings nothing but humor and such entertainment that back then, and now the fact that you know the latest shows that you know to stay keeping everything of relevancy at the same time. And now this is going to be a very interesting that you guys to take. That is a Coyote that relies on every inventions that is from Acme, and just Tom is just fighting everything that needs to capture Jerry. So that's all that you need to know. So the question is, which of the two is going to be walking out of the battle alive? So let's get right to it. And let's begin. So without further ado, it's time to react.
Here we go.
Wily Coyote, the fastest and furriestest of the Looney Tunes.
Tomcat, the powerhouse pussycat from Tom and Jerry.
The fans voted for it and we're here to deliver.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
In tales told over a shimmering campfire by the tribespeople of North America, there was no figure so cunning, so bold as Coyote. To the Miwok, he was a Prometheus who stole fire from the heavens to give to humanity. To the Sewetmuk, he was a foolish trickster who could die and return to life.
And to the brothers Warner, he's just a poor dumb schmuck who can't catch a break.
To this day, the great Coyote stalks the American Southwest, hunting his indefatigable prey, the Roadrunner. And this modern Wily Coyote is driven by a ruthless entrepreneurial spirit.
Yeah, and it drove him straight off a cliff. He'll chase that bird-shaped happily ever after to his own inevitable undoing. Such is the lot of the common man.
You might not expect it from an anthropomorphic canine Job, but Wily was born the son of world-famous hunter Cage E. Coyote. His father raised him from infancy to hound his avian adversary and forbade him to speak until he tasted victory. On the face,
okay, so that's the real reason why he
Coyotes
never
are incredibly
speaks.
adaptable predators, capable of hunting in both rural and urban environments.
They're also speedy little demons. They can sprint at up to 43 miles per hour. Though that's cold comfort when that blue meeping bastard can make beams of light look stone still, or outrun a car that was moving fast enough to travel through time.
Frankly, it's incredible that Wily manages to consistently keep up with his prey at all. But he does.
No, really, it's actually stated that only a, quote, tiny little extra burst of speed separates the Coyote and the Roadrunner. Heck, Bugs Bunny himself needed to take super speed supplements in order to move fast enough to outrun Wily.
But almost as fast isn't fast enough. Fortunately, Wily's got an endless assortment of gadgets, gizmos, and reams of blueprints to make up the difference.
He's got your classics like dynamite, anvils, and spring-loaded boxing gloves, along with heavier artillery like heat-seeking missiles, a 10 billion volt electromagnet, and a friggin' trebuchet, a Reddit favorite.
Many of which he invented himself and uses in excruciatingly detailed schemes.
And I figured, yeah, right here.
Despite being a self-described super genius, Wily has an officially measured IQ of 3.
That's the same IQ as a cactus.
Okay, the test results were fake, but he's still an idiot.
So why not let a soulless corporation do the hard work for him?
Acme sells any product that you can imagine, and Wily is their most devoted customer, contributing up to 99% of its multi-billion-dollar revenue.
Thanks for the inherited wealth, Pops. Oh, don't worry, I'm spending it all in one place.
He's got an Acme Book of Magic, Acme Clone-O-Matic, Acme Death Ray, Acme City in a Box, Acme Universal Remote, which can pause, fast forward, and rewind a person through time.
Too bad half the stuff Wily uses is intentionally sabotaged because Acme's board of directors is exclusively Roadrunners. My man cannot catch a break, but he sure can take some punishment.
No matter the severity of his failures, Wily is still a toon and can bounce back from just about anything.
He's been sliced, stabbed, squashed, exploded, melted, blasted into a constellation, and overall verbed for the last 87 years straight without ever actually dying. He once got fully disintegrated into ash and popped back up like it was nothing.
Similar to the immortal Coyote of Sewetmuk legend.
He's also shattered the fourth wall tons of times and even left the comic page entirely to catch the Roadrunner. Ah, so close.
Believe it or not, there is actually a biological reason for these abilities. Loony DNA. Every toon's got it, not just the loony ones. And it's what lets them survive fatal damage up to being fully erased off the page, essentially dictating their personal slice of reality to whatever
I
is
still
funny.
love the
Like
Who
how
Framed
gravity
Roger
only
Rabbit.
affects the Coyote when he looks down.
Toons are immune to the laws of physics as we know them.
That's why Wily developed a counter to this immortality, the Loony DNA Dissolver, which leaves toons vulnerable to fatal wounds the same way we are. Yet again, so close. You can't say he hasn't tried everything.
It was Wily's experience as a veteran toon that landed him a job at Acme University as department chair of the School of
so
Hard
this is
Knocks,
for the- of
teaching
the-
up-and-coming
the
Tiny Toons
newest
how
of
to
the
use
Tiny
their
Toons.
abilities.
Okay, so Naruto.
And just like Naruto's jutsus, Toon Force works like an actual power system, with more experienced toons like Wily who are more powerful than their younger counterparts.
And that means Wily should be capable of replicating feats and abilities performed by any other Looney Tune, like traveling between different mediums or altering the plot of the cartoon he's in.
And my favorite was the time Plucky Duck used Marvin the Martian's matter transmogrifier to suck up the entire universe.
And then suck up the animator animating his universe.
And then suck up the animator's universe for good measure.
Wily's got a cushy 10-year job teaching that stuff. Impressive for an abject failure at his life mission. He's helped stop a meteor from destroying Earth, beat the Monstars in basketball, and even, whoa, snap, caught the Roadrunner! Oh, wait, never mind, so damn close!
According to 1977's Tweety and Sylvester issue 67, Wile E. Coyote has attempted to catch the Roadrunner 4,776,842 times.
Wow.
Scaling to the present, that's over 10 million failures.
That takes dedication, or maybe self-destructive
lots of
stubbornness,
failure.
too blinded by bird lust to see the forest for the trees.
But Acme's intentional malfunctions and Coyote's recklessness don't account for all of his catastrophes. There's something else, something grander, otherworldly, standing in the way of our furry friend's salvation.
Wiz, there's no other way to say it. God is just plain out to get this guy.
And by God, we mean the closest thing that exists for Coyote and Roadrunner. Chuck Jones.
The guy that created him and helped forge the Looney Tunes into how we know him today.
Originally meant to be a parody of earlier chase cartoons like, well, Tom and Jerry, Jones established several rules for their animated shorts that superseded Coyote's reality warping toon abilities.
Rules that cover his obsession, faulty products, and the fact that no outside force, not even the Roadrunner, is to blame for his defeat. Just him.
While other creatives have altered this formula in the decades since Jones's departure, these rules have effectively made the Coyote's defeats cosmically ordained.
God nerfed Wily Coyote. In all our years making Death Battle, we have never seen a handicap like that.
But what else can you expect from our fanatical furry fail son? He's the Sultan of Slapstick, the CEO of Second Place, the swing and a miss superstar. As long as he picks himself back up and dusts off the ashes, that'll never be all, folks, for Wile E. Coyote. The year was 1939. War raged in Europe between the British Tommies and the German Jerrys. As the beleaguered English made their miraculous escape from the German encirclement off the coast of Dunkirk, one might have called the battle a game of cat and mouse?
Oh, wow, is that actually where their names come from?
I was kind
I'm
of
looking this
wondering
up.
about that.
Regardless of their names' origin, William Hanna and Joseph Barbera's infamous cat and mouse duo became the undisputed kings of slapstick comedy.
The formula is simple, and we all know it. Tom Cat chases Jerry Mouse around the house. Brutal, bone-shaking, I felt that in my balls. Violence ensues, and Tom is reprimanded by Mammy Two Shoes.
Who is, let's say, very much from the 1940s.
And if you're like me, all you wanted to see was Tom wipe that smug smirk off that little rat's face. Despite my well-documented hatred of cats, even I've got to cringe at years of propaganda to convince us to side with the filthy, flea-ridden rodent over man's second best friend. Oh, big yawn.
House cats like Tom are actually some of Earth's most successful predators. They can run up to 30 miles per hour, leap 6 feet high, and despite being commonly perceived as nocturnal, they're
30
actually
miles per hour,
crepuscular and
but,
hunt
you know,
in the dawn and evening.
Tom
Wily's
specifically is a
much
British
faster.
shorthair. They're strong, stocky Roman cats bred to withstand harsh conditions. And for Tom, harsh conditions is an understatement.
Tom has collected a crazy assortment of weapons in his war against mouse kind. Sure, most of it is the stuff you can find around the average American household, like baseball bats, lead pipes,
And guns! Lots and lots of guns. But he's got wackier things like a magic wand, a robo-cat, vanishing cream, and a smart cap that gives him all the knowledge in the world.
I'm partial to the Sword of Light and Dark, which severs you from your own shadow, or the Rewind Remote, which can move your victim backwards through time.
And you can't forget the cat car and cat jet, spelled with K's, of course,
Okay, I
but
do
just the
remember
cat
this
part.
movie.
Tom's arsenal is heavily improvisational, which fits his quick thinking in fights over Thanksgiving turkey. Though he often loses his bouts with Jerry, it's not usually because he's dumb or incompetent. Rather, he's just genuinely outplayed.
And even in defeat, he's one tough son of a gun. He's been crushed, blown up, had every bone
Yeah,
in his
from
body
Spike.
broken, shattered, melted, and vaporized to dust, and survived.
Well, mostly. Tom actually has kicked the bucket multiple times, but little known cat fact, he has 9 lives, as established in the episode Heavenly Puss.
Oh, Wiz was conducting some different kind of research when he stumbled on that episode.
Very funny. Even if Tom starts to use his lives up, he has a potion that just restores them.
Or he can physically go get them back from hell, where all cats go.
Can do. He can clone himself, levitate in the air, make his imagination real, and even break the fourth wall and enter the real world.
Yeah, if you only watch the classic cartoons from the 40s, you may be in for a shock. Tom and Jerry gets buck wild, much like the actual inspirations for their names. Thank you, Google.
Oh, you're still on this?
Toy Whiz. They were actually named after the two characters in Pierce Egan's delightful life in London, Jerry Hawthorne and Corinthian Tom. It was adapted to the stage with the title Tom and Jerry, which later became a catch-all term in
that's how
1800s England for young, drunken rabble-rousers.
One could, in fact, say that many rabbles were roused the times Tom destroyed a planet-busting asteroid, lifted up the sun, and was blown up into a constellation. And he was just fine. Just a bunch of stars now, but he's okay.
He taked an explosion that launched him through time to the Stone Age and has run through space at massively faster than light speeds.
That shouldn't be a surprise when he and Jerry have been at each other's throats for over 80 years now. But what may
85
surprise
years,
you is the
more
fact
like
that at the end of the day, they're actually friends.
And they've worked together tons of times to save the day, like when they helped a little orphan girl, Robin Starling, find her way home. Oh, that's a nice end to their story.
Don't you believe it? Now is when we have to talk about Tom and Jerry Chase. Long ago, the warrior god, Lord of Sichuan, Erlong Shen, battled the tricksy and indomitable Mouse King atop Peach Mountain, leading the goddess Celeste to declare the two the strongest warriors in the realm. And they were, in fact, Tom and Jerry. They were even stronger than Devil Tom, who repelled corruption by the darkness. This mysterious, malevolent force threatened to consume the Tree of Life, whose branches encompass all of time and space. Banding together, these warriors used the star element to dispel the darkness and save the universe.
What the?
While it may sound completely insane, it is. Chase is a Chinese mobile gacha game whose lore is not entirely in keeping with the spirit of the source material. However, it is officially licensed by Warner Brothers Interactive Entertainment, which means we have to include it in our research.
So that the gods may grant us mere mortals some heavenly push.
No!
Friendly rivalry aside, though, Tom has actually managed to catch the little rat fair and square a few times.
By my count of the original shorts, 19 times.
I could watch him on repeat forever. Too bad he's still a filthy feline. The only kitty I truly respect is named after booze.
Well then, you're in luck, because the Tom and Jerry of English literature later became the namesake for a famous Christmas cocktail.
Because there's no better way to get absolutely trashed than with good old Tom and Jerry.
Buttons are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
Domestic cat. Obviously, the effects from the show. Here we go.
Come on, you apes! You want to live forever!
Oh, invincibility. I got some. Uh-oh. There goes all his 9 lives. Oh, he just needs 1. I need a 5-minute break. He always fell for it. I was like, bringing the 4 fall. Oh, guys. There goes his 1 life.
Wily Coyote, super genius.
Oh my god, that is so hilarious.
Oh, thank God one of them actually died this time. I mean, no! Animal cruelty, no!
Too late for that, Wiz.
Considering coyotes
we
eat
heard.
cats, I'm not surprised.
While both Cat and Coyote were incredibly powerful, they weren't literal gods who could snap their problems away. They had limitations and weaknesses that could be exploited, especially by each other. Let's first talk their stats.
Both were strong enough to contend with universe-threatening phenomena, but comparing Wily to Plucky Duck, Looney Tunes can not only destroy their own universe, but their animators as well.
And while Tom could move faster than light, Wily could keep up with the Roadrunner, who could outspeed a car fast enough to travel through time. That's immeasurably fast, and much faster than Tom. Wily gets the edge in stats.
Wily's arsenal was a bit better too, believe it or not. Even eliminating the devices that have been shown to malfunction, he still countered everything Tom had.
The biggest being the Looney DNA Dissolver, which could render Tom's cartoony healing factor moot and end the fight.
While Tom has never
that's
been
right.
shown to have Looney DNA specifically, the concept clearly has nothing to do with actual DNA molecules.
Looney Tunes have been erased completely and still returned, so it's clearly something more fundamental to their essence.
And since the Dissolver works on any tunes, not just the Looney ones, it should apply to Tom. But considering how much of a screw-up Wily is, it wasn't a sure bet. Hell, it could have backfired, especially considering how much more competent Tom is.
When it came to intelligence, Wily's engineering and scheming genius were often defeated by his own ego and stubbornness.
Pretty
Tom,
much.
on the other
That's
hand,
what it-
was
that's what it
consistently more
does.
flexible, pragmatic, and victorious in his fights. He definitely gets the edge there.
Oh, and Tom has one other big advantage. He doesn't have God nerfing him.
And that's the big question. Was Tom capable enough to benefit from Wily's narrative-enforced bad luck and see the DNA Dissolver backfire against him?
That bad luck is a core part of Wily's character as a cartoon. So let's call it his, toonliness.
To find the answer, we dug
Toonliness.
deep through the bowels of Looney Tunes lore and ended up in an unexpected place. Space Jam.
Where Wily yet again fails against the Roadrunner, but against the villains of the movie, the Monstars, he actually scores.
And scores again in the sequel, more than anyone else. But according to Chuck Jones's rules, that shouldn't happen, right?
Throughout his entire history, Wily's cosmically ordained failures only occur when he's specifically chasing the Roadrunner, or other tunes the plot bends around like bugs, because that's what Chuck Jones's rules were written for, Coyote and Roadrunner cartoons.
And even then, looking closely, they've been broken a few times throughout the decades, even during Chuck Jones's tenure.
Without the universe nerfing him, there's no reason to think Wily couldn't eventually land a hit with the Looney DNA Dissolver.
Especially when the only reason it failed was because of the Roadrunner's intervention, a direct violation of Chuck Jones's limitations on the Coyote.
And especially when it's the only thing that either one had that could kill the other.
Despite lacking Wily's narrative impediments, and despite having a better track record overall, Tom ultimately had no surefire way to kill Wily, whereas Wily's superior strength, speed, and looting arsenal ensured his victory.
Wily gave one hell of a chase and left Tom Jones in for a rematch.
The winner is Wily Coyote.
Next time on Death Battle.
No. Oh, wait a second.
Subscribe and join as a
snap.
member to see more Death Battle. Thanks for watching.
So, Miles Morales versus Deku. Oh, shucky ducky. I could see that. So, yeah. Honestly, I would love to see a crossover between Marvel and My Hero Academia. That would be freaking awesome. But oh boy, what a episode that was, and lots of shenanigans, slapsticks, and let's be fair that Wile E. Coyote does have all the inventions, even though that it fires back at him and fails multiple times due to the fact of the natural law order by God, or should I say Chuck Jones. And yet that it has to be, that when it comes to using it with the DNA revolver, that also applies to Tom. So that would explains it. And having the upper hand and with that tiny little umbrella, okay, yeah, he got lucky. Oh my God, that was fun. And it's just nothing but with all the sides and using it as an arsenal. And yeah, you gotta admit, he does have the upper hand, even though that he's not that much of a brighter chip on his shoulder, unlike Tom, that he is very smart and crafty, but at the end that he couldn't defeat Wily Coyote in the process. So at the end, Coyote wins, and I think that serves of a well-served, of a sure victory for of the well genius. So, what do you think of the episode? And I would like to hear of your thoughts about the episode throughout the fight. And I also wanted to let y'all know that there is going to be some confirmation news for Marvel Tokon that's going to happen on Arc System Works showcase that's going to be on the 26th, as well as of other titles that's going to be announced, and a new game project that's going to be developed as well. Well, guys, I think that's going to be it for right now, so I am going to go ahead and call it a night. But if you guys enjoyed this episode, hit the like button, and also leave a comments down below. Kini Itara coming to the side, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. So have a good night, have a good morning, and most of all, be blessed. Arigato gozaimashita, do itashi mashite. Same mighty time, same mighty channel. But take care and have a wonderful day and a beautiful night. Matane.